Hey guys, what's up? It's iFlynn here. There was a lot of stuff shown in the dev stream in regards to the Plains of Eidolon. I'm going to let you guys watch a few clips of a few things just so you guys can hear the sort of developer take on them and just kind of sort of take the gameplay in. And then we're going to talk about all the different features. So there's a few different features that I want to go over. The first of which is the mining feature. So I'm going to let you guys watch the gameplay of that there, and then I'm going to talk about it myself after. So here is the mining gameplay.
And so you're going to mine?
I am. So you guys saw fishing at TennoCon.
Yeah.
Another game that's been added and kind of quickly sort of changed yesterday, so I'm not the best at it. So be prepared to laugh at me because my fish at TennoCon one and done was an outlier. This is, so the mining system is real and it is hilarious. It is probably the most, just it's going to be.
So the mining system, there's a new class of arcanes that we're introducing with Plains of Eidolon. And so in Warframe, you use the type of resources that you either touch or you smash or you open a crate for. Oh, that's actually a really hard one. Oh my God, that's the hardest one I've ever seen. But there is a new form of arcane systems that work with some of the new combat Tenno aspects that we are adding with Plains of Eidolon for the night hunt. And some of those you will need, I think right now we're calling them Eidolon gems, but again, you can trade for them if you're not into fishing, or you're more into fishing than you are into mining. You'll be able to. Oh, you might have to take care of something right here. There's more interesting kind of gameplay systems for this kind of higher end resource extraction system.
So the way the game works is you have to remember the pattern and trace it, because once you start shooting, the pattern goes away.
This is really hard. This one is really hard.
This one's ridiculously hard, but
Did I do it?
you might have.
86%.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Keep cutting.
Totally, you got it.
Yeah. There you go.
No worries.
I got it, common or A. So you can see that I extracted it and I left my mark on the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did it.
Yep.
Okay, so I got one. So I can also see through my scanner on the mini-map, there's 5 more resources in range. So if I wanted to get some of these gems and try and increase my skills, which is a fruitless endeavor for me, I'd have to find them here and carve them out. So I'm looking.
Which you can use, the mining tool has basically a codex scanner kind of tool to locate them.
So throughout the demo, you're probably going to see me go off and try and do my hand some of those, because I'm trying to get a lot better at it. And currently,
that is basically the second one you've ever done, isn't it? And that's the hardest one I've ever seen.
Okay, so that was the mining gameplay that they shown in the dev stream, and I'm assuming that the ores that you get from mining are going to be used for the blades or the weights, or maybe even just the arcanes whenever it comes to crafting the new weapons for your Warframe, and also the arcane beam weapons for your operator as well. Because if you guys don't know, you're going to see it in this video today, we're actually also getting a warrior mode for our operators, which requires you to kind of have this I guess sort of wrist laser thing, which is going to I guess do something to the energy that you shoot out your hand and make it better or something. But you're gonna see just the character itself. You're not actually gonna see any gameplay, and you're also gonna see the shop or the vendor where the weapons for the operators are gonna be sold. I know that kind of doesn't make any sense, but you guys will understand that whenever we actually get Plains of Eidolon, which the release date is rumored for the end of the month. We don't actually know a proper release date. They just kind of said, okay, well, hopefully the end of the month, maybe the start of next month. So, speculate what you will. But hopefully we'll get it very soon. But you guys will see what I mean whenever we get to the very end, because it is at the very end. The next thing that I want to talk about is the Plains boss fight itself, the Eidolon, the big thing. So we'll jump to that gameplay now, and yeah, I hope you enjoy watching this, because it's actually really cool, and it kind of blew me away whenever I first seen it. So brace yourself, I guess.
So there it is, boys and girls.
Yes. Oh my God.
So these are kind of, these islands are kind of trying to rebuild themselves. So they're really not in this, in a traditional Warframe enemy where they're out to kill you right off the bat.
Yeah, I think kind of the conceptual idea for them is they're kind of left over from the old war.
Yeah.
That happened here, and they got severely damaged during that war. And I think you'll always see a design. In the design, it'll speak to the evidence of how they were damaged in that. So this guy, you'll notice he has a tree for an arm. He lost his arm in the war, and that's kind of making the energy that kind of gives him life is now kind of out of control, and
Oh god.
he's a little confused as a result, so he kind of wanders around looking for his long lost arm.
It's kind of sad.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and so
Okay.
I don't know how much we're going to show of this, but this is kind of,
I can't do anything.
if you've been playing Warframe for years, this is really a love letter to you. This is very different gameplay. There's going to be, it feels a bit like a Monster Hunter kind of vibe, but with a Warframe take on it.
Have you done any damage to him?
No, and I can't. And this is why the focus rework launching with Plains of Eidolon is so important, and we're going to show you a little bit of what that means for you and your operator. But I'm going to flee because I know there's nothing I can do right now. Yes, they are.
Right, so he's got these extra kind of squares attack.
Oh god. So I'm getting just destroyed right now. I'm trying to.
I've counted 6 deaths so far.
Yeah.
That your health is oh, there's no one.
All right. So
Oh, that she would have died
Yeah.
if she wasn't normal right now? Yep.
so I got this one, and then there's sort of their Oro, I guess you could say, quote unquote. But I know that I can't.
And so what I really love about this enemy is that initially, because
Oh,
it
those
doesn't
Grenier
really,
are going to get destroyed.
Yeah, they're gonna get banged.
Oh, kill him.
Oh, he's gonna do the
Oh, he's
rocket.
going for me.
No. Look up.
A lot of his attacks are not necessarily.
Look at this. It is time for doom.
A lot of his attacks are not necessarily directed at a single target. He's very AOE and he's very reactive to players, so you won't see him shooting his giant gun at a single target. It's more of a like, get away from me, I'm so big, I don't need to bother with you, you're like a fly. So there's lots of like swatting at you while he's trying to accomplish what his goal is.
All right, that was one of the Eidolons. I'm not too sure if there's going to be more than one type of Eidolon in the full release, but basically what that was like a massive sentient, right? And the backstory behind that was a enemy in the old war versus the Arcane, and that guy had lost his arm. And because it was nighttime, there's like some weird energy that's being emitted from the ground, which is making him sort of like conscious. And he's going around looking for his arm because he doesn't know where it is, and he's replaced it with like a tree stump or branch or whatever. So he was dealing some pretty damaging attacks there. You've seen things like, the ground shooting up, meteors falling from the sky, him swiping his big arm, stuff like that there. Kind of like generalized attacks. He's not really focusing anyone. But you actually heard Sheldon say it in the gameplay there. Rebecca would have died 6 times if she didn't have God mode on. Now, granted, Banshee Prime is a very squishy frame, like she didn't have the highest armor. Rebecca did have redirection on and vitality, I believe, just by looking at her stats there. Maybe it was vigor, not too sure of the exact numbers. But, Banshee's Prime is very squishy, and the Eidolon, very damaging abilities right there. You can't deny that. So you also seen a bunch of little like tiny guys kind of like floating around and dealing magnetic procs and stuff. So you can't just bring like a caster frame like Mesa or Ember or something into the Plains of Eidolon and just kind of use your 4th ability and AFK kill the Eidolon or something like that there. You're also going to notice that, Rebecca wasn't able to deal any damage to the Eidolon just by shooting at it either. So, it means that you actually have to use your operator to sort of like enable a weakness. I'm going to assume like the little tentacle looking thing, like the kind of like jellyfish thing that was on the front of him. We're going to have to like, shoot focus energy or something into that there while we're channeling it through one of these new Arcane weapons that we're going to get for our operator, right? So that's what I think is going to happen. You also seen the little drones, and Rebecca mentioned something about Oro as well, which if you guys don't know what Oro is, it is basically like the life source of like a Warframe or something, or a Tenno. You can hear more about the backstory in the sort of PvP part of Warframe. It's like a kill confirm game mode where you have to actually kill another Warframe and then pick up his Oro to sort of like, completely kill it, right? So you're probably going to have to do something like that there. We're going to have to kill the Eidolon and then somehow capture its Oro. I'm kind of thinking that's what we're going to have to do, but I'm not entirely sure. And I'm guessing that we're going to have to capture that Oro the same way that we capture Kuva, right? So we dash through it as our operator. So what's going to happen is we're going to focus our like void energy into the front of the Eidolon to make it vulnerable or something. Then we're going to damage it somehow. Maybe it's going to be with a new operator ability. Maybe it's going to be with our Warframe or our Arcwing or something. That's going to damage it. We're eventually going to kill it. It's going to go into like a down state or an immune state. We're going to deal more damage, dismantle it, like break pieces off it off or something. And then we're going to like, steal the aura so the thing totally dies, I'm pretty sure we're also going to have the option of like letting the thing live or, completely killing it or something. So not entirely sure, but you can bet your ass I'm probably going to try to kill it straight away. But, whenever we learn more about the backstory about the sentients and stuff, or the Eidolons in particular, then obviously we can make a more informed decision then. But up next we have the actual like vendor for the new enemy. And, no, not new enemy, but the new operator stuff, sorry, and the new Arcane sort of like gear set, I guess you could say. I also want to mention before I jump in here, maybe you guys didn't see it in the gameplay, but I did pick up that there was a new resource called Iridite, which you guys could see in that gameplay as well. So that was there, and yeah, let's jump into the gameplay, the new vendor, and the new operator mode. So here you go.
This part feels so Breath of the Wild that it really makes me feel happy. But but anyway, just kind of look around. Just look around before you get, like look at the objects that he's offering and stuff. Like get close. Get close. Yeah.
This looks sentient, Steve.
Yeah. The armor. Let's check out his wares on the other side there. What's he got? Cool stuff like that. What's over there? What's on the other side?
It's so Breath of the Wild that I'm in heaven.
Exactly. It's Breath. We didn't really intend that, but that's how it ended up.
So I'm not going to talk to him just because he's your Eidolon hunter.
Right.
Well, he isn't the Eidolon. You're the Eidolon hunter.
So this is kind of, without going too deep into it, we have the Ostrons themselves, which are kind of like a faction, again, with no negative standing, but you kind of earn their respect and help them out. And then they will offer you cooler and cooler, more interesting stuff. This is another one which is called the Quills. And if you're awakened in Warframe and you know about the dream, then this will be very interesting for you, and that's kind of where your hunt of the Eidolon begins.
Yeah, so I have, I can show you it out in the plains real quick, and then we'll end the stream with the prize, because we still have a Hydroid Prime access, but I'm just going to show you my operator who has graduated to this. And so let's take a look. So here I have.
Oh, and you've customized that too.
Oh yes.
Oh, you had to do the purple.
So here I am.
So this is the beginning of Combat Operator. So this is an operator with custom armor that you can apply arcanes to. So currently we're deciding on which armor pieces actually can have arcanes. We're retroactively going back and giving the old operator customizations, the suits and helmets you could wear, operators or arcane slots, so that if you like an old look that you've customized your operator with, you can keep it and just apply an arcane to deal with the kind of the squishiness of your operator. So there'll be new specific arcanes you can craft from the Eidolon Hunter to work on your operator.
This is huge. You'll be making your own arcanes.
You will be able to customize your operator quite heavily for combat.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Through focus.
Yes.
Focus and arcanes and the Eidolon Hunter, all of these things combined will basically combine to
be ultimate Eidolon hunter.
to hopefully take down.
The Eidolon.
David and Goliath.
Which, and again, if I had brought my operator out, it could have been a tandem affair, but I didn't want to spoil the combat for you guys. So.
But do you want to kill the Eidolon or do you show mercy? I don't know.
So that was it. I thought that looked pretty badass. Like the gear in that vendor room, pretty dope. How the Rebecca's operator looked, also pretty dope. The fact that we had an energy bar in the bottom right hand corner, pretty dope. And then also the fact that we still had our like little focus ball thing in the bottom right hand corner. I like to call it the focus charge. That was still there as well. So I'm assuming like that's going to be some sort of special ability that your operator can do while he's outside of the Warframe. And then obviously we can also increase our energy capacity down there as well. But a few things that I wanted to pick up on that D.E. Scott said. all that armor that you have on there, they're allowing you to make custom arcanes. That's what they said, at least from what I heard anyway. They're allowing you to heavily customize your operator for combat. So making your own arcanes could mean a lot, right? So you could put different stats on different pieces of armor. They also said that they were, trying to decide which pieces of armor they're going to allow you to sort of apply arcanes to. So I'm assuming what's going to happen whenever we're playing in the plains is we're going to be looking for different artifacts and stuff, or different energy, or different arcanes, or different ores, or whatever. And then we're going to be able to use whatever resource it is to sort of apply different arcane effects or enhancements to whatever we buy from that Eidolon hunter vendor. And then we're going to be able to apply that to our armor to make our operator stronger. It sounds really cool, right? And it's something that I've really wanted from Warframe for a long time, because arcanes haven't really had any meaning to the game. Like, there's no meaningful effect from arcanes, on your Warframe. You had the arcane helmets way back in the day. You got more efficiency on your helmet, more movement speed, stuff like that there. It was nice little buffs here and there, but realistically, there was no sort of impactful effect. And even if you did have a super impactful effect, let's say, for example, the Banshee Chorus helmet, which give you more efficiency for less, I think it was air glide time or something. That was a pretty big one, because you could throw on something like a Blind Rage or something, get the strength from that there, and then have a better sonar. But, there was no real reason to have that. There's no meaningful content to use that and no reason to use it. But now that we have the Eidolons, and now that they're completely sort of reworking this arcane system so that we have it on our operator, and it's just an entirely new system, then it's going to be really interesting, as well as the focus changes that's coming up as well that they've mentioned in that dev stream too, because it's completely getting sledgehammered. You're going to get all your focus back, and you're going to be able to sort of reinvest your focus into whichever is the new overpowered one, I guess you could say, if there is any overpowered ones. Not too sure if you're going to get your lenses refunded though, and I know that may leave a lot of people a little salty, because a lot of people sort of maybe paid platinum or IRL money to get different focus lenses to sort of farm focus, and maybe now the ones that they have a lot of are kind of irrelevant in this next update. But hopefully everything is sort of balanced and everything is, everything has its uses, really. But it's going to be super interesting to see, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. I'm really interested in the last point, the operator stuff. For whatever reason, I'm super excited for it, because it can only really mean good things, right? Because we're farming different items to give us different stat bonuses on different parts of gear. How does that not sound interesting? It kind of sounds like, how armor and stuff works in Destiny, but Warframe is doing their take on it, and if Warframe is doing their take on it, then it's going to be 10 times better. That's how we work over here. But yeah, hopefully, if they improve the operator system, it also sort of corresponds with the Warframe system too, because it's nice having the operator sort of tweaked and everything, but I would also like to see, different arcane stat bonuses on our cosmetics, like my Pakal chest plate, for example. I want to maybe apply some arcane bonuses to that there, even if they're really minor and they only sort of increase my Warframe stats by about 10%. It would still sort of give every single piece of cosmetic item that I have, meaning if I can go out of my way into the plains and then farm up a new resource or something and apply just a small stat bonus to my cosmetic items, it makes it more like my cosmetic item. My cosmetic item gives this stat, and that's why it's really cool. So it gives the player that tad bit more sort of customization, and it also makes for better builds. Obviously, you could go out of your way and say, okay, well, you could, if you were a min-maxer, you'd have to have multiple cosmetics, or, you would be binding sort of stats to cosmetics and stuff there, and then people wouldn't like that. But, it would still be interesting to have and interesting to see how it would sort of play out, I guess. And it's just an idea that I'm kind of throwing out there as well. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I'm going to be streaming the Plains of Eidolon as soon as it comes out. I'll let you guys know on YouTube, Twitter, Discord. All the links are down in the description below. And we'll get our achievements and stuff so we can get that exclusive Prime gear. We can also get our cool Cyan and anything else that the Twitch event offers. So, yeah, so follow me on Twitch. Make sure to be watching whenever the Plains of Eidolon comes out. And we'll get all of our cool stuff whenever the update drops. And, that's about it. I'll try to make my stream as immersive as possible for you guys and leave nothing out, and kind of talk to chat and let you guys kind of drive the stream, I guess, a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead, hit that like button below. If you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.